Welcome back. Today we're making these delicious Biscoff Brownies. To start, we're going to work on our Biscoff crust. So I've taken about 18 Biscoff cookies and I've pulverized them in a food processor to get a really nice fine crumb. To this, we're going to add 1/4 cup of salted butter, which I've melted and cooled. We're going to mix it until it's combined, and it looks kind of like wet sand. We're then going to press that into our prepared 8x8 inch brownie pan and set it aside. Next, to make our brownie batter, I'm mixing together 2 large eggs, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, and 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. I'm going to mix this on a medium-high speed and then a high speed until that mixture becomes lighter in color, just like this. Once we get to that point, I'm going to turn off my mixer and add in 1/2 cup of salted butter along with 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm going to mix that in on a medium speed until my butter is fully incorporated into the egg mixture. Then it's time to work on our dry ingredients. I'm sifting in 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, and then 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. I find a lot of times my cocoa powder has some lumps in it, so sifting it just makes mixing the batter so much easier and really helps you avoid overmixing your batter. So I'm folding my dry ingredients into my wet until my batter is silky smooth, just like this, and then it's time to pour it on top of our prepared crust. As you spread out your brownie batter, be sure to really take your time and be careful, because sometimes if you pull up too quickly, it can pull up your crust, and you definitely want to keep your crust intact. Once my brownie batter was evenly distributed, it's time to work on our Biscoff swirl. So I took 1/3 cup of Biscoff cookie butter spread and I heated it in the microwave for 5 to 10 seconds just to make it a little bit easier to swirl. You don't want to heat it for too long or else it will just pool completely on top of your brownie batter, but I find a little bit of heat makes it a lot easier to swirl. As you are swirling your batter, be sure that you're not pressing all the way down to the bottom of the pan or else you can also disturb your crust. So you want to just dip your offset spatula or your butter knife far enough in to create these swirl marks. Once my swirl was all ready to go, I popped my brownies into a preheated 350-degree oven for about 22 minutes. This is the hardest part, you guys. You really want to let your brownies cool fully before cutting in. It'll help you get super clean slices, and it just makes it so much easier to cut your brownies. These brownies are absolutely delicious, and I think they have the perfect balance between a fudgy and a cakey texture. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to make these Biscoff brownies at home, the recipe is up on Chelsweets.com.